do a live show out in the middle of nowhere. I'm gonna see if I can find some snakes. So this is a live show. I'm gonna flip this camera around here. Look at that. Hope everyone's doing well, and if you're able to get out of quarantine and self-isolate, hope you've been taking advantage of that. I know that I have. Just trying to get some exercise and get out of the quarantine. There's my camera over there. Yep. Out in the middle of nowhere. Look at that. That's real water. This isn't a green screen. Tree fell a second ago. See, it's windy, that can be dangerous. Always, especially if you're doing backcountry camping, before you pitch your tent, make sure that you don't have any trees over you, commonly referred to as widow makers. Because if a tree falls on you while you're sleeping, you'll probably die. The Mavic Air 2 will be released, so that ought to be there too. And all of the available accessories on my website, epicdroneshow.com or irixsky.com. So, wherever you choose to go, either of those sites, that helps to support my channel. Thanks in advance. If you're looking at the Mavic Air 2 or any of the other drones. But yeah, it is going to be an exciting next few weeks. And again, staying isolated and making sure that when I'm in the wilderness, that I keep my social distance, because you don't want to come in contact with anybody. I mean, whether you're out in a big box retail store or whether you're in a grocery store or the wilderness, COVID-19 doesn't care. It'll get you wherever you are. So, keep that social distance. Even if you don't care about yourself, just for the sake of others, keep that social distance. So, yeah. But yeah, this water's pretty clear. Definitely is. Yeah, they've actually a lot of the details have leaked, and it looks like, at least what I'm gathering from the from the information so far, it looks like it's going to be kind of a diluted Mavic 2 Pro, or very capable drone, and I think it may even have OcuSync instead of Wi-Fi, which would be really cool. Having that better communications. It looks really good, but I'm going to wait for the Mavic 3. Any idea, any educated speculation as to when the Mavic 3 may release? I mean, are we looking at the end of 2020, or do you think it may release sooner, or do you think they're going to pump out the Mavic Air 2 kind of as a placeholder and just let things sit for a while? It's hard to, it's easy to speculate, but it's hard to know for sure, what's going to transpire with that. But it seems like it'll basically be like OG Mavic Pro. Well, yeah, that makes sense. I think what would be really cool if they can bring us 4K 60 in an affordable drone. I think that's going to be a big win. And then I also think that if they bring us a 360 spherical camera, Brad says, I'm hoping late fall, maybe on Mavic 3. Yeah, late fall sounds like a good educated guess, because that would give people, especially for the holiday shopping season, if one does exist this year, that would be, yeah, I'm leaning more towards 2021 just because of the pandemic. I think they may try to stretch sales of Mavic 2 Pro and Mavic 2 Zoom, and they may kind of use the Mavic Air 2 as a, just kind of a placeholder, keep people excited, and have something new in 2020. And I think, the unveiling of of Mavic Air 2 tomorrow, I think that's going to be huge. And the reason I say that is that, you know, if you're like me, you know, even though I'm out in the wilderness right now and I'm doing this live show, you know, if you're like me, you know, you're probably getting tired of being cooped up, and you need something fun and refreshing and entertaining to enjoy. And for that reason, I think that you know, that a drone like the Mavic Air 2, I think it's a perfect time to release it, because, you know, it's not coming out and saying, hey, you know, we're going to replace the Mavic 2 Pro with the Mavic Air 2. You know, that doesn't seem to be the intent. It just seems to be, okay, you know, we're going to release a new drone. You know, we released Mavic Mini. Mavic Mini was great. You know, obviously no 4K or anything like that, but, you know, it's the Mavic Air 2 is something that'll be a more affordable, more approachable drone than the Mavic 2 Zoom or the Mavic 2 Pro, but hopefully very capable, and hopefully the battery life of Mavic Air 2 will be really good, you know, if not better than the Mavic 2. So that's going to be, what's really going to be interesting to see is how DJI will differentiate the upcoming Mavic 3, you know, like you were saying, whether it's the end of this year or maybe the first part of 2021, you know, what they're going to give to Mavic 3 that's going to prompt people to want to buy it instead of Mavic 2 Pro, Mavic Air 2. You know, what's the Mavic 3 going to bring to the table, either at the end of this year or the start of 2021, that's going to make that Mavic 3 something that, you know, that drone connoisseurs like ourselves must have. So, you know, that's the big unknown. And I think it's going to be, I don't know, I'm really excited about this Mavic Air 2, and the reason is that, you know, camera technologies are constantly improving, and if, you know, obviously the Hasselblad on the Mavic 2 Pro is incredible. I mean, the video quality in 4K I was able to capture with Hasselblad on the Mavic 2 Pro was incredible. But, you know, that being said, the Mavic Air, the original Mavic Air, was no slouch. Yes, as soon as Mavic Air 2 releases, I will be ordering it. And we'll be unboxing, reviewing, field testing, answering all your questions. So, you know, my expectation, unless I'm wrong, my expectation is that I'll be ordering Mavic Air 2 from epicdroneshow.com tomorrow evening. That's Monday evening. So, you know, unless I'm wrong, and I was wrong the last time, you know, when let's see, I predicted, I totally botched it. I predicted the release of a drone and missed. Actually, I think that was Mavic Mini. I predicted Mavic Mini before its actual release date, and I stood corrected on that. But yeah, I'll be getting the Mavic Air 2, not just so much for the fact that you know, I need another drone, but obviously, you know, that's my mission. That's one of my top pieces of content here on Irish Guys Adventure Channel is drones. So, you know, I want to be sure that I'm providing the world with an unboxing, with a review, you know, honest Mavic Air 2 review videos, so that people can, you know, watch my videos. And not just that, but, you know, also go to my website, irishguy.com and epicdroneshow.com, if they decide to order the Mavic Air 2 or another drone and or drone accessories, you know, because this is an important business for me as well as a hobby. So, you know, for that reason, you know, and there's drones I pass up on. You know, you've never seen an Autel, what is it, Autel Evo or a Skydio or Skydio or whatever. You've never seen those videos on my channel. Although you did see GoPro Karma, you did see Parrot, you did see Unique, but you know, I've kind of you know, because I've explored those other drone manufacturers, unless they radically change their formula, and I do want a competitor for DJI, but unless those drone manufacturers radically change how they create their products and this, that, and the other, I really don't have any interest. But, you know, it's safe to assume that, you know, if there's a new DJI drone coming out, that, you know, the new DJI drone is, you know, is definitely something that I'll be reviewing. I mean, that's just, you know, that's my thing. I like doing I like doing drones. So, yeah, I mean, it's yeah, I mean, it's gonna be good. DJI has not released a drone yet that's been a failure. The closest thing to a failure they had was the Spark, and I don't want to call the Spark a failure. The Spark was just kind of ahead of its time. They released the Spark because they wanted something very small, very lightweight, very portable, but they didn't really have the technology, or maybe they couldn't source the technology at that time to make it better. I mean, the battery life on the Spark was not good enough. The camera on the Spark was obviously not good enough, and the gimbal wasn't good enough. But the Spark is the only drone from DJI that I've seen that that I can say this was a I could see where they were going, planning wise and innovation wise. I could see where DJI was going with the Spark, but I can also say that they didn't by releasing the Spark. It wasn't it was not a drone that I liked. And I'm not saying it was a failure, but then again, the Spark led, it ushered in. We got to see the Mavic Pro, and then the Mavic Pro 2, and then the Mavic Air, and then the Mavic Mini, and now hopefully tomorrow, I'm 99% certain, hopefully tomorrow the Mavic Air 2 will release, and obviously you'll find the Mavic Air 2 on my website, epicdroneshow.com. So yeah, it's going to be a good day tomorrow, and I just hope that there's some stuff that comes with the Mavic Air 2. Maybe it'll do some things that that we're not expecting it to do. Maybe it'll be even better than great. I mean, that's and how is is the Mavic Air 2 going to trump the Mavic 2 Pro and Mavic 2 Zoom? I mean, there's a possibility it could if if DJI has some really solid plans for Mavic 3. I mean, there's a possibility that that the Mavic 2 Air could really be packed full of features and surpass the performance of Mavic 2. I wouldn't put that past DJI. If they have Mavic 3 already firmed up with what they want to do with it, if DJI feels confident enough that Mavic 3 is going to be so much better than Mavic Air 2, then I don't see why they would balk at the idea of making the Mavic Air 2 more powerful than the Mavic 2 Pro or the Mavic 2 Zoom. So we'll see what happens. I mean, there's ways to predict the future, but there's no way to know for certain what the future is going to bring. But yeah, it's good to be out getting some fresh air, doing a YouTube live show. I tell you, this quarantine, I don't know about y'all, but it's been tough. It's a mental game, and and then you see those ads on television for these super good deals on like ice cream and all that kind of stuff, and it's like, well, I'm already quarantined. My gym's still closed. Obviously I can't work out, and even if it was open, I wouldn't, because I want to keep my social distance. But you see all these things that encourage you to get out and spend on really good discounted ice cream and stuff like that. And I've stayed away from it. Admittedly, the only thing that I picked up, and this is just to support local businesses, the only things that I picked up to eat that that I didn't prepare at home, I picked up like fried chicken, and French fries and fried okra. I don't pick up any salads. I don't pick up any vegetables or anything like that. The reason being is that with those foods, those fried foods, fried fish as well, that's something I picked up. But at least with those, what I can do is transport those to a microwave-safe plate, and then immediately put in the microwave and zap those fried foods for for a minute or so, with the hope, and again, nothing's guaranteed and nothing's certain, but with the hope that maybe by zapping those fried foods in the microwave, that if COVID-19 was present on the food, that maybe it'll inoculate it. So, but yeah, I just I had to have some I had to support the local businesses, obviously by drive-through no contact, and and after I passed my credit card to them, I had a had a cleaning wipe, and I sanitized that credit card as well as my hands and my steering wheel in my vehicle before going off. And then, likewise, none of that. Layla says, "Hey, all, my papa passed away." Oh man, bummer. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, that's not exciting. But yeah, just be aware of what you're doing, and don't freak yourself out. But it's easy in a time like this, unprecedented time, to become stir crazy and want to get out. And I do. I get stir crazy, and that's why I'm out right now. I'm out in the middle of the wilderness. And, if I did see someone coming, I would go the other way and stay probably 50 yards away from them, because I don't trust this 6 foot, 10 foot, whatever. I think it's all a bunch of political hogwash. But, if you can get out and get fresh air, get exercise, I'll probably burn 1,500 calories or so today. So, it's going to be a good workout, and, getting fresh air and just staying away from people and talking about drones, and thinking about tomorrow, how exciting that's going to be tomorrow evening with the Mavic Air 2 coming out. And again, if you haven't marked your calendars, be sure to do so, because at what is it? Is it 8? Is it 8 or 9 Eastern? Anyway, I've scheduled the YouTube live show. I will be opening my YouTube live tomorrow evening, 30 minutes prior to the launch. So we'll be able to talk about the Mavic Air 2 launch in real time. Obviously, as soon as it's available, you'll be able to find the Mavic Air 2 and the Mavic Air 2 accessories on my website, irixsky.com and epicdroneshow.com. So it's really going to be an exciting day tomorrow. But, you should enjoy the current day too, and I'm enjoying good weather. It's good weather. It's, there are snakes out, as this video's title indicated, there are snakes. And I've had a snake crawl between my legs, and that was kind of scary because I didn't see it coming. So rocks and stuff like that, those are great places for snakes to hang out. A lot of snakes like the water, but a lot of the snakes in the water aren't poisonous. Although keep in mind, if a snake bites you, even if it's a non-poisonous snake, because of the bacteria, you may need to visit a hospital to be safe. I witnessed a guy that was in the middle of the wilderness, leaned up against like an old fence, like a wooden fence, and a snake bit him on his arm. And within about, I was just standing there talking to him, and he's like, "Yeah, man, this hurts." His arm was on fire, and this, that, and the other. And looked at the snake, and it wasn't a poisonous snake, but his arm just started swelling up. And I'm like, "Dude," I said, just to be proactive about this, I said, you may want to have a medical professional look at this. So sure enough, he said, "Yeah, it's a good idea." So I called the EMTs. They came out, checked the dude out, and they confirmed that it was non-poisonous, and I think they gave him some medicine or something. But yeah, just because a snake's non-poisonous doesn't mean that it's to be played with. So anything, any wild animal for that matter that bites you can. Rivers per year, water 6-inch long snake. Wow, your videos. Yeah, this is blurry. I am live, and I'm in the middle of the wilderness, so you're going to see some blur when it plays back later after the live show concludes and it processes on YouTube's end. It'll probably be less blurry then, but this is not the 4K video that you're accustomed to on my channel. I'm just filming this from a little iPhone. But yeah, tomorrow's gonna be fun with the Mavic Air 2. So I'm super stoked about that, and hopefully it won't disappoint. But I'm excited to receive it and take it out of the box, and then take it out in the field and see what it'll do. But yeah, we've got a good week ahead. Hopefully this pandemic is going to start clearing out. But as much as I want the pandemic to clear, the concern that I have is, obviously like anything else, say for example, you're barbecuing some ribs, and you're so hungry and you're sitting there at the grill and you've been there for a few hours and you're smelling it cook and you're getting hungrier and hungrier and hungrier and you get impatient and you take those ribs off of the grill prematurely. What happens? You're either you're eating something that's probably not going to be enjoyable. So for that reason, the same thing is, live show. I'm opening up my live show, and y'all can find it on my page already, 30 minutes prior to Mavic Air 2 launch. So be sure to tune in. And then also if you're planning to order Mavic Air 2 or Mavic Air 2 accessories or any other drone, be sure to go to irixsky.com or epicdroneshow.com and click the links there, because that that helps to support my channel. Again, I am an independent channel, so I don't have the marketing budget that all of these large channels have. So, but yeah, that's going to be fun. And let's hope that this pandemic stuff. Let's just hope that the world as a whole. And I don't point fingers at one political party or the other. Obviously, I am pro business. I am pro entrepreneurship. But with that being said, I'm also pro health. Being healthy, and I think that dealing with something like this, whether you're regardless of what part of the world you're in or what your political affiliation may be, I think that from a just purely from a medical perspective, that people medical community not really understanding this virus, medical community not having a cure for this virus yet. Obviously there's a political component on the news where it may be less serious than they may be making it out to, or it may be more serious. We don't know. We shouldn't trust the media. And, that being the case, just kind of trust your gut. If you feel like something's going to make you sick, stay away from it. And, for that reason, I'm just hoping that, that there's not a rush to reopen the world. And then, I can't wait for it to be over with either, Layla. It is super, super annoying. But, with it being annoying, it's like anything else. If you try to, just like the barbecue and ribs, you try to take them out of the smoker prematurely, it's not going to be a good experience. And, my fear is that if things are open prematurely, that people are going to be interacting, and that'll probably negate the benefits that we could have experienced, if people had adhered to the stay-at-home order. And that's that I don't know. It's frustrating because there's a lot of things we're missing out. And Brent says no need for Air 2, but it looks a lot more capable than the original. Yeah, I agree, man. Mavic Air 2 tomorrow is going to be exciting, and I am so geared up to get that thing unboxed and reviewed, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But